All right, so we're back here on another Couch Coach Live. We could continue our ninth annual Couch Coach Live NFL preview. Got a familiar face. What's going on, JP?
Man, it's been a long time. What's happening, Coach? How you been, man? I'm grateful to be on your show.
Yeah, everything is good, man. Just keep on rolling with the previews. Just keep grinding and doing my thing. Just like how you're doing. I see what you're doing out here in these YouTube streets, and definitely, So what's been going on with you, man?
Busy, man. Just busy, busy. Just trying to keep my head down and just keep grinding, like you said. I'm happy for y'all's success and happy for y'all, doing all these NFL previews, doing the NBA stuff too as well. I'm like, trying to get myself going, with YouTube and, just a lot of learning and just trying to get more experience and just learning like some more stuff to put on my YouTube. And, I'm just grateful and blessed, man. And I'm just grateful to just do stuff that I really love to do and just keep going.
Yeah, I know. That's like I always look at this type of situations as like a labor of love. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's one of the things where hey, yep. So we definitely got to talk about the. Yeah, I think we. It's just so static. But yeah, I think I hear it now. But yeah, so we got to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. So obviously a lot has changed. Obviously with the new head coach and my former offensive coordinator Kevin O'Connell joins that team as well, and there's some acquisitions that you guys got. So JP, your thoughts on the offseason, and then what was the team's biggest acquisition?
So the off season, we just kind of try to figure out what we need to do next. Do we need to blow up the team? We fire Mike Zimmer, we fire the GM, and we'll just try to see where we're going to head next. Are we going to be the team that's going to win now, or are we going to be the team that's going to rebuild? So, we were just thinking, we extended Cousins' contract to a year. We signed really good assets that would help, defensively, like Zadarius Smith for the Packers, one of the best, linebackers in the league if healthy. He only played like 2 games last year due to a back injury and everything. And I also signed Jordan Nix from the Cardinals, who is a pretty asset for linebacker that could help with Eric Kendricks that we have for the Vikings, who's been just unbelievable so far on the defensive side. Also, we still have our offense with Justin Jefferson and Thielen, and coming off the injury from the ankle, and also we have Dalvin Cook too as well. Hiring Kevin O'Connell was a really good move, especially winning fresh off the Super Bowl with the Rams and just bringing his play calling. What he did with Matt Stafford and the three receivers and the one back for the Rams. So it was a really good move. It's kind of hard just because it's like bringing Kevin O'Connor. Is it like, are we going to rebuild from scratch, or are we going to win now? It seems like the Vikings is trying to win now by just keeping the people that they have, which we'll get into and everything. And they hired the GM too, that's very youthful and Messiah. We don't really know how he's going to do until in the season and with the moves and stuff. So it's interesting so far. But I would say the biggest acquisition we had was bringing in Zadarius Smith because we needed someone on the defensive side on the edge rush to fill a void because we had Everson Griffin who paranoid now. Hopefully he's doing okay, mental health issues. And also, the trade talks with one of the players. So we was kind of looking for someone for Daniel Hunter, who we paid to stay. Hopefully, he stays healthy. So bringing in Smith they could be low key one of the best pass rush duos in the NFL if they stay healthy. So I think that was the biggest acquisition, and coming from the Packers too. Our rivals in the NFC North. So it's like telling the Vikings, it's like telling us that we're trying to win now. We're trying to win the division, and there's a lot of big pressure going into Kevin O'Connell into his first year as head coach.
All right, so yeah, so JP, yeah, so your thoughts on what's the biggest storyline heading into the season?
My biggest storyline is just figuring out, because we're going to be in a new offensive scheme, like, underneath Zimmer, who was a one heavy type of offense with Dalvin Cook, having a lot more touches, winning the ball. So the offensive scheme with the West Coast offense that Kevin O'Connell's bringing in, as well as Wes Phillips. So it's going to be interesting because we're going to see if Dalvin Cook's going to be, if he's going to probably get fewer touches, and then he'll probably be like a pass catcher. So that offensive scheme is going to be really interesting. And also, we're developing that new 3-4 defense. So that's going to be really interesting. And we'll see, and how Kirk Cousins is going to do, because he was under Kevin O'Connell with your Washington Commandos in 2017. So I love so they got like chemistry there. So it's just going to be really interesting, and just see how they go. But I'll say that big storyline is just the new offense, to see how it would fit in with the Vikings this season. Ooh, hold on. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Your thoughts on the offense, outlook on the offense.
The outlook on the offense. Yeah. So the outlook on offense, like I said, like it's gonna be a question mark this year, because it's a new offense, the West Coast offense. Cook Cousins. People have been bashing Cook Cousins. I have been too, because we always say that he's like a average quarterback, and he's one of those people that can't win. Could go deep in the playoffs. Like, he could be a good regular season quarterback. But if you look at his numbers, he's been really consistent the past couple of years, especially last season. He's been really consistent. We just couldn't win just because we couldn't stay healthy. Dalvin Cook missing a couple of games. Adam Thielen was having a really good season until, he had that ankle injury, and he had to have season injuries ending surgery. Then we lost If Smith Jr. At training camp. And then Tyler Conklin, stepped in last year, did really well. And then I hate that we lost him, because we don't know how healthy Smith Jr. is going to be, and he's on the final year of this contract. If we would have just gave the money to Conklin, we would know that he's going to be our tight end the next couple of years, because we don't know the status of Smith Jr. But losing him was, huge. But yeah, it's just going to be like a question mark. We might see a couple guys that could get their shine at the third receiver, because we know Justin Jefferson is going to be phenomenal. We know Dalvin Cook's going to be phenomenal. Cook Cousins is going to be phenomenal. I'm questioning the offensive line, because we don't really have a great offensive line. Our center's not that great. I'm surprised that they didn't bring in a lot of centers to compete with Garrett, but it's just going to be a question mark. Maybe like this offensive scheme could hide his weaknesses. Maybe this offensive scheme could be really good for the Vikings to go deep in the playoffs and have a good regular season. So it's just a question mark right there. But I feel like we'll just have to see come like preseason, just see a little bit, and also that very first game that we have, which we'll go into a little bit later.
All right. Thoughts on the defense.
Well, we've been kind of struggling defensive, past couple years. We're bringing like some guys like Patrick Peterson, who used to be a Pro Bowler. He's still a pretty good secondary. Our secondary is not that great. We just couldn't stay healthy. Daniel Hunter just could not stay healthy, and Eric Kendricks is a really good linebacker who's really good at the pass, as really good on the pass coverage. Harrison Smith, one of the best safeties in the NFL, is a really good player that could disguise a lot of different things. But bringing in Zadarius Smith, I think Zadarius Smith and Daniel Hunter are the key guys that could help this 3-4 defense out. Because if they stay healthy and they got edge rushers you have to deal with, it's almost like Bosa and Khalil Mack up with the Chargers. Like you got to worry about them. So you got to worry about these guys too. It makes it easier for the secondary and the linebackers to do what they need to do. So it's going to be interesting. The secondary, like I said, is going to be a little bit of a struggle. We might have a rookie that we just got, and Louise Klein, I believe his name is. He's going to probably be right next to Patrick Peterson. So it's just going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting with the defense, because we gave up a lot of yards last year, a lot of points. So hopefully this defense could be a lot better than they are the past couple of years.
Game circled on the calendar.
You know, Coach, the NFC North. I've been just tired and tired and tired of seeing the Packers. I wrote and we faced them the very first game is the Packers. I cannot wait to see what we can do against the Packers because Packers, they lost two good receivers. They lost Devontae Adams and then another receiver. Then Zadarius Smith, with his experience with the Packers and knowing their play schemes and everything, is huge for us. So I'm ready to see what we would do against Aaron Rodgers and see, this vulnerable Packers. They're still a really good team and really good, and they're like a threat to us in the NFC North. So I'm really excited just to see the Packers and the Vikings go. We faced them twice this season, away and home. So I can't wait.
So I asked a $60 million question. In 2022, the Minnesota Vikings will finish.
Vegas had us at like 9.5 games. I was looking into the schedule and I was like, like these games, we got a pretty nice schedule when I'm looking at it. I feel like we could go 12-5. I feel like the first 5 games, I feel like we can win those games. And then we're probably gonna lose to the Dolphins in week 6 because they're a really good team. I feel like we could go 12-5. We got a good stretch of games that we can win games in a row. So 12-5, the best, I would say. I feel like we're probably going to win the NFC North, but I'm not going to be too crazy about it just because health plays a factor with the Vikings. It's always something with health. It's either somebody gets hurt and they're out, or like if we could stay healthy, then we just don't know. And plus, like we don't know because Aaron Rodgers is still really good. So we don't know what Aaron Rodgers is going to get this season and everything. So I feel like 12-5 would be the best record we have. We could go to the playoffs. Don't know how deep we can go into the playoffs and everything. We just have to see.
Okay. All right, perfect. All right. So before we close out this preview, tell them where they can find you, JP, and plug up any upcoming projects you got.
Yeah, so if you want to find me on YouTube, it's just JPITZJUSTJP on YouTube. I do a lot of basketball content and reaction videos. I just put out a video the other day of Giannis, why Giannis is the best player in the NBA from a breakdown by Nonstop Sports, and I'm reacting to it of why Giannis is the best player over KD and Luka, Steph Curry, LeBron James, just to name a few. I'm definitely interested to do like a James Harden reaction video. So that's probably going to be coming into the works. I might do another round of some old school players. I might do another Jordan video. Just something how I feel, just like when I look at videos, like if it's something I could really critique and everything. We just hit 1,600 subscribers, which I'm blessed and thankful for, and hopefully we can hit the 2K. So if you subscribe to the channel, if you love basketball, please check it out. Like I said, I love basketball, I love feedback, I love comments. It's been grateful to get a lot of comments and love from people around the U.S. and also around the world too as well. So I'm blessed and thankful for that. Also, you can find me on Twitter, JP Franchise 57. I do a lot of different, takes and put out some videos too. I started using TikTok, so you can find me on TikTok on Justin Paden 57, just to do like different basketball videos, doing snippets of my upcoming videos, and also just sometimes I just have to have some fun, do a little bit of some skits and everything in my TikTok. But definitely check those out, and I thank you so much for having me. It's been, like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it, and I'm so happy for your success. I'm so happy for Off the Bar Network, and I wish y'all the best. I wish y'all the best.
Definitely appreciate that kind words, sir. So yeah, this wraps up the Minnesota Vikings preview, and definitely once again appreciate you for JP for coming through, and we'll definitely have you on our regular schedule program in the Couch Courtside down this season. But yeah, so definitely appreciate you for representing your beloved Minnesota Vikings. First person I thought about when it came to the preview for the Vikings. I was like, let me hit up my boy JP and see what's up.
Hey man, thank you, man. I just love talking to Vikings, and I mean, I'm just waiting for this season, see how far they can take us, and hopefully we don't trash Kirk Cousins because I will be one of those people that's going to be following in. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, appreciate you, JP. And man, this wraps up the Minnesota Vikings preview. We catch you guys on the next team. And we're out.